Have you ever felt that quiet doubt gnawing at you, whispering that maybe you're not enough, that maybe your dreams are too big, or the path ahead is impossible to walk? This is exactly where it all begins, because believing isn't just having faith in something far away. It's not just praying or waiting. Believing is daring. It's moving forward even when the light at the end of the tunnel seems out. It's feeling the fear and deciding that nonetheless, you are going to take the first step. Life often hits us with invisible punches. It challenges us, pushes us to the limit, makes us question if it's even worth continuing. And here's the harshest truth. Life isn't going to wait for you. It won't pause while you doubt yourself or hide behind uncertainty. But there's a secret. Even in the most painful falls, there is an opportunity to redefine who you are. Every scar, every defeat, every sleepless night spent wondering if it will work out, all of it is fuel for something greater, something you didn't even know existed inside you. Imagine for a moment someone who has always followed the right path, someone who always did what seemed safe and comfortable. Now imagine that suddenly, everything collapses. The career that seemed stable disappears. Certainties evaporate. People you trusted are no longer by your side. This is where many give up. But those who transform pain into strength, who choose to see every challenge as a step rather than a barrier, begin to write the story they've always wanted to live. Believe me, it's not luck. It's not coincidence. It's the courage to face the unknown, to take risks, to allow yourself to fail in order to finally grow. And then comes the question that changes everything. What do you really want? Think about it. Not what others expect from you. Not what society defines as success. But what do you desire when no one is watching, when there's no pressure, when there's no fear of judgment? Because in that pure desire lies your true strength. That's where motivation turns into action. And action, when guided by passion and clarity of purpose, becomes unstoppable. Before rushing into the unknown, we need to talk about faith. Not just religious faith, but faith in yourself, in life, in the unseen future. Without this faith, doubt creeps in. And doubt is slow, silent, and treacherous. It convinces you that your efforts are useless, that your dream is unreachable, that success is for others, not you. But when you choose to believe, even without guarantees, when you decide to stand up even knowing that a fall is possible, something amazing happens. You discover that the strength you were searching for has been inside you all along. It always was. You just needed courage to find it. Every journey has its tests. Some are obvious, others subtle. You may be tested with material loss, disappointments, public failures, or with those silent internal challenges no one sees. The feeling of inadequacy, fear of not being good enough, constant comparison with those who seem to have it all. These tests are tricky because they can paralyze you without you even noticing. Yet again, there is a choice. Succumb to doubt or transform each difficulty into a lesson. Every obstacle becomes an opportunity to grow. Every mistake is a lesson that brings you closer to the person you want to become. Now, imagine that you decide to take risks, that you decide not just to dream, but to act, that you decide to face the fear of failing and dive headfirst into the unknown. This is when the world begins to change, not because everything around you suddenly changes, but because you change. Your perspective shifts, your limits expand, and life starts to conspire in your favor, not because it's fair, but because you've learned to play its game with courage and strategy. That's when the magic happens. Doors that seemed closed begin to open, and you realize you were ready for them all along. Motivation, however, isn't just about achieving something. It's about the process, about allowing yourself to feel fear, frustration, anxiety, and still keep moving forward. It's about getting up repeatedly, even when it seems the world is against you. It's about understanding that life is not linear, that success is not a straight line, but a series of movements, adjustments, falls, and recoveries. Every step, even the smallest, is a victory. Every small achievement is a reminder that you are on the right path. Here's the crucial point. Many seek shortcuts, magic formulas, instant solutions. But true transformation doesn't happen overnight. It happens when you decide, every day, to invest in yourself. When you decide to learn, grow, challenge yourself, and push beyond limits. When you understand that the real reward isn't in gold or fame, but in the courage to keep going when everything seems impossible. Every day is an opportunity to become a stronger, wiser, and more resilient version of yourself. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, what am I really afraid of? Fear is always a sign that you are about to grow. Every time you feel fear, anxiety, or uncertainty, it's because you're at the edge of your potential. It's in that uncomfortable territory that the deepest changes occur. And with every step you take, with every courageous choice, you get closer to your best self. At the end of this journey, it's not just about external success, but self-discovery, about realizing that you are capable of far more than you imagined. That every challenge, every obstacle, every apparent failure was, in fact, preparation, a way to test your determination, your resilience, your faith. And when you finally look back, you realize that all the suffering, all the doubts, all the fear were necessary for you to become who you truly are. Now, imagine reaching the top of your own life, not because you followed formulas or copied others, but because you stayed true to yourself, faced your fears, and did the work no one else wanted to do. Imagine the feeling of looking back and realizing that every fall, every night of doubt, every moment of uncertainty served a greater purpose. Imagine the strength you now carry, the clarity you've gained, and the peace that comes from knowing you did your best always. And here's the final invitation. If you are ready to transform your life, to face fear, to believe in yourself, start now. Start small, but start. Every step counts. Every action matters. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for guarantees. They'll never come. But if you start, if you keep going, if you believe, you will discover that life rewards those who have the courage to act. Before ending this first block, reflect. What are you willing to sacrifice today to achieve freedom, happiness, and fulfillment tomorrow? What courage have you yet to show the world? What fear will you decide to face now? The answers to these questions will define the next chapter of your life. So take a deep breath, lift your head, and move forward. The only person who can write your story is you. And the time to start is now. CTA. If you are ready to continue this journey and discover even more ways to transform your life, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Don't miss the next blocks of this story that will inspire you to become your best version. The next chapter is coming, and you won't want to miss it. Have you ever noticed how life seems to test us in ways we never expect? Just when we think we're prepared, just when we believe we understand the rules of the game, something changes. And often, it's not gentle. It's abrupt, it's unexpected, and it forces us to confront parts of ourselves we've never seen. These are the moments that separate those who talk about their dreams from those who actually live them. But here's the key. Every challenge is also an opportunity, a doorway to a new version of yourself waiting to emerge. The truth is, comfort is the enemy of growth. When you stay in what's familiar, you convince yourself you're safe. Yet safety often comes at a cost. It keeps your potential locked inside, hidden behind walls of routine and habit. Real transformation doesn't happen in comfort zones. It happens when you step into uncertainty, when you face risk without guarantees, when you dare to make choices that scare you. The most successful people, the ones who inspire the world, are not those who avoided fear. They are those who embraced it and used it as fuel. Imagine a life where fear no longer dictates your decisions, where instead of avoiding challenges, you welcome them as opportunities to expand your abilities. Every difficult conversation, every critical decision, every moment of doubt becomes a chance to prove to yourself that you are stronger than the obstacles around you. Think about the moments you've avoided because they seemed too hard. What would happen if, instead, you faced them head-on? You would discover that the fear was never the real enemy. The enemy was the hesitation, the delay, the what if I fail that held you back. This is where persistence becomes everything. Persistence is not about talent, luck, or even intelligence. It's about refusing to quit when everything inside you screams to stop. It's about showing up even when you feel unseen, unheard, or unappreciated. It's about taking small steps every day, trusting that those steps will accumulate into a life of purpose and achievement. History is filled with examples of ordinary people who did extraordinary things simply because they refused to give up. Their victories weren't always spectacular at first. They were often quiet, unnoticed, and painfully earned. But they mattered because they were built on unwavering determination. And then there's the power of belief. Belief is more than hope. Belief is a deep, unshakable conviction that your actions matter, that your effort can change your reality, that the person you want to become already exists somewhere inside you. Belief pushes you to continue when results are invisible, when doors stay closed, when the world seems indifferent. Without belief, even talent fades. Without belief, even opportunity slips away. But with belief, you become unstoppable because your internal drive outweighs every external obstacle. Let's talk about vision for a moment. Vision is the ability to see a future that doesn't exist yet, to imagine a life that hasn't been lived. It's what separates dreamers from achievers. When you have a clear vision, every decision, every action, every choice aligns with that image of your future. Your energy becomes focused, your mind becomes sharp, and your courage grows. Vision is not just about success in the material sense. It's about clarity, direction, and purpose. It's about waking up each day with a reason to move forward, even when the path is uncertain. At this stage, obstacles are inevitable. People will doubt you. Circumstances will change. Failures will occur. But remember this, obstacles are not punishments. They are signals. They are proof that you are pushing boundaries, testing limits, and attempting something meaningful. Each obstacle teaches resilience. Each failure teaches humility. Each rejection teaches perseverance. And when you learn to see obstacles this way, you stop fearing them. Instead, you start seeking them, because you know they are part of the journey toward mastery. Motivation alone is not enough. Motivation is fleeting. It rises and falls with mood, luck, or inspiration. What creates lasting change is discipline. Discipline is showing up even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is acting according to your values, not according to your feelings. Discipline is the bridge between dreams and reality. Motivation gives you the spark, but discipline is what carries the fire forward. And when spark and discipline combine, nothing can stop you from achieving what you set out to accomplish. Now consider the role of action. Thoughts, plans, and ideas are worthless without execution. Action is the heartbeat of progress. The smallest step forward, taken consistently, compounds into monumental results. Often, we overestimate what can be done in a day and underestimate what can be done in a year. Start now. Start imperfectly, but start. Take the first step toward your dream today, no matter how small. Momentum will build, and soon, what once seemed impossible becomes inevitable. And here's the secret about fear and failure. They are your greatest teachers. Fear reveals where your potential lies. Failure shows what you need to improve. Avoiding fear and failure only keeps you stagnant. Embracing them transforms you. Each time you face fear, you expand your limits. Each time you fail and rise again, you solidify your resilience. Each time you step into uncertainty, you discover a hidden strength within yourself. So, what does this mean for you today? It means that every challenge you face is not an obstacle to stop you, but a stepping stone toward your potential. It means that fear, doubt, and failure are not enemies, but allies in disguise. It means that persistence, belief, vision, discipline, and action are the tools that can turn your life into the masterpiece you've always imagined. And most importantly, it means that the power to change, to grow, and to succeed has always been, and always will be within you. Take a moment to reflect. What action can you take today that your future self will thank you for? What fear can you face today that will unlock your potential? What small discipline, repeated consistently, will build the life you've dreamed of? These are the questions that define your path, shape your journey, and ultimately determine your success. If this message resonates with you and you're ready to take your life to the next level, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. The next block of this journey will push you further, challenge you more, and inspire you to become the strongest version of yourself. Don't miss it. Life has a way of testing not just our strength, but our character. True growth does not happen when things are easy or comfortable. It happens when life throws storms at you, when the ground beneath your feet shakes, and when you feel that everything you've built could collapse in an instant. These moments are terrifying, but they are also sacred. They are the crucibles in which resilience is forged, courage is sharpened, and purpose is revealed. The question is, will you rise or will you retreat? You see, the difference between those who achieve greatness and those who merely dream about it is not circumstance. It's not luck. It's not talent. It's the way they respond to adversity. Greatness emerges when ordinary people refuse to surrender to fear, refuse to yield to doubt, and refuse to accept limitations imposed by the world or even by themselves. Every setback, every failure, every rejection becomes a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. The key is mindset. It is the lens through which you view challenges that determines whether you become stronger or weaker. Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff. The wind is fierce, the ground uneven, and the drop below seems endless. Most people will freeze, paralyzed by fear, but the courageous few will take a breath, steady themselves, and step forward. They don't know exactly what will happen, but they trust in their ability to navigate whatever comes next. Life works the same way. You cannot control every outcome, but you can control your response. You can choose to step forward, even when the future is uncertain, even when the risks are high. That choice is what separates the passive from the unstoppable. Let's talk about vision again, because it is your compass in the chaos. Vision is the ability to see what others cannot, to feel what is not yet tangible, and to act as if your desired future is already within reach. People who lack vision are reactive. They drift wherever circumstances push them. People with vision are proactive. They shape circumstances to serve their purpose. Vision fuels perseverance, because when you can see the end goal clearly, temporary pain, frustration, and setbacks become bearable. Without vision, even the strongest effort can feel meaningless. With vision, even small steps feel monumental. But vision alone is not enough. Action must follow. Execution transforms dreams into reality. Too often, people get stuck in planning, in researching, in waiting for the perfect moment. But there is no perfect moment. The only way to create progress is to act imperfectly, to risk mistakes, and to refine your path as you move forward. Every action, no matter how small, compounds into momentum. Every decision to move forward is a vote for the future you want. The universe rewards action, not intention. And persistence, persistence, is the hidden engine behind every success story. The world loves talent, speed, and brilliance, but these alone do not guarantee achievement. What guarantees achievement is relentless, consistent effort in the face of resistance. It is the person who keeps showing up when no one is watching, who works quietly when recognition is absent, who refuses to quit even when results are invisible. Persistence turns ordinary people into legends. It turns struggle into triumph, and effort into legacy. Failure is inevitable. Anyone who tells you otherwise is misleading you. But failure is not final, it is feedback. It is a signal that you are moving beyond comfort, exploring uncharted territory, and testing your limits. The most successful people have failed more than most of us will ever try. Yet they are not defined by their failures. They are defined by their response to them. Each failure provides lessons, insight, and wisdom. Each failure strengthens your resilience, sharpens your strategy, and refines your purpose. If you can learn to embrace failure as a teacher, nothing can stop you from growth. Let's dive into courage. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is action despite fear. Courage is waking up every day and committing to your path, even when the world doubts you, even when your mind whispers that you cannot. Courage is daring to be vulnerable, to risk embarrassment, to speak the truth even when it is uncomfortable. Courage is what allows you to break free from societal expectations, to challenge norms, and to live authentically. And here's the secret. Courage grows the more you practice it. Every small act of bravery accumulates, and soon, what once terrified you becomes second nature. Now, combine courage with discipline, and you have unstoppable momentum. Discipline is showing up every day, without excuse. Discipline is honoring commitments to yourself even when motivation fades. Discipline is the glue that holds dreams together. Motivation sparks effort, but discipline sustains it. Those who master discipline find that obstacles bend before them, that fear loses its grip, and that opportunities multiply because they are ready when they appear. Reflection is another tool that separates extraordinary people from ordinary ones. Reflection allows you to pause, assess, and recalibrate. It turns mistakes into wisdom and experiences into strategy. It teaches gratitude, humility, and perspective. Without reflection, action can become blind effort. With reflection, action becomes intentional, precise, and powerful. Taking the time to examine your path, to question your habits, and to learn from your journey is not wasted time. It is the foundation for mastery. And finally, let's speak about purpose. Purpose is the ultimate motivator, the deepest reason why you endure hardship, why you chase dreams, and why you continue even when the path is lonely. Purpose is personal. It is unique. It cannot be stolen, bought, or borrowed. It is discovered through trial, introspection, and courage. When you align your actions with your purpose, every challenge becomes meaningful, every effort becomes fulfilling, and every victory becomes profound. Purpose transforms life from a series of random events into a story worth living. So, take a moment to consider your own journey. Where have you been held back by fear, doubt, or hesitation? What would happen if you acted with courage, persistence, and discipline starting today? What small decisions could shift your trajectory toward the life you truly desire? The answers to these questions are waiting inside you, ready to be discovered. You don't need permission, luck, or perfect conditions. You only need to start. You only need to act. You only need to believe. If this message inspires you to take bold steps in your life, subscribe to the channel and join the journey. The final block will reveal the ultimate keys to unlocking your full potential and transforming your dreams into reality. Don't miss it. Every journey has a moment where everything converges, the moment where past struggles, lessons, and choices collide to reveal the truth of who you are. That moment is not always announced. It doesn't come with fanfare or warning. It arrives quietly in subtle shifts, in opportunities disguised as challenges, in whispers that push you to act when hesitation feels safer. And when it arrives, you realize that every failure, every heartbreak, every setback was preparing you for this exact point in time. It is here, at the edge of transformation, that the ordinary becomes extraordinary. Imagine your life as a book, and right now, you are on the last chapters of one story and the first pages of another. The endings of old habits, old fears, and old doubts are not losses. They are liberations. They are the shedding of everything that no longer serves your purpose. And in their place, there is space for growth, for courage, for love, and for achievement. The challenge is not to avoid difficulty. It is to welcome it, to step into it with open arms, knowing that it is the forge where your destiny is refined. Think about the times you doubted yourself, the moments when giving up seemed like the only option. What if, in those moments, you had just taken one more step, said one more word, or made one more attempt? Every giant leap forward in history began with a single, seemingly insignificant action taken in defiance of fear. Momentum builds in the small choices, in the repeated acts of courage, in the persistence to continue despite uncertainty. And here's the profound truth. Your courage, effort, and resilience are cumulative. They do not vanish. They compound. Every choice to rise above shapes the trajectory of your life in ways you may never immediately see. Now, envision the person you want to become, the one who embodies confidence, wisdom, compassion, and strength. That version of yourself is not a fantasy. It is not unreachable. It is a reflection of choices made consistently, of discipline maintained in the absence of motivation, and of vision pursued with unwavering focus. To reach that self, you must live intentionally, act purposefully, and embrace discomfort as a tool for growth. The transformation is not external, it is internal. The world will reflect the strength, clarity, and authenticity that you cultivate within. And here comes the most important truth. Transformation is not a single event, it is a process. It is a journey without a final destination because every day presents new opportunities to grow, to evolve, and to deepen your understanding of life and yourself. You will continue to face fear, setbacks, and doubt, but now, equipped with experience, perspective, and an unshakable inner resolve, you will meet them with poise and determination. Your story is not defined by what happens to you. It is defined by how you respond. Let's speak about impact. As you rise, Your growth has the power to inspire others. The courage you display, the persistence you embody, the love you cultivate, and the integrity you maintain create ripples far beyond your immediate circle. People are watching, often without even realizing it. Your actions, your mindset, and your determination become a silent beacon, lighting the way for others to follow. Legacy is built not by fame or fortune, but by the lives you touch, the hearts you uplift, and the positive influence you leave behind. Gratitude is the secret companion to this journey. To embrace your path fully, you must recognize the gifts in both triumph and trial. Gratitude transforms hardship into insight, failure into a lesson, and ordinary moments into profound experiences. It anchors you in the present while fueling your momentum toward the future. The practice of gratitude is not passive, it is active engagement with life, an acknowledgement of the growth you have achieved and the potential that still lies ahead. Now consider the concept of fear. Fear is inevitable, but it is not a master. Fear is a compass pointing toward areas that matter most. The deeper the fear, the more significant the opportunity for growth. When you move through fear instead of avoiding it, you step into empowerment. You reclaim authority over your choices and your life. You discover that what once seemed impossible is now within reach. Every time you act despite of fear, your confidence grows, your boundaries expand, and your potential unfolds. The world is waiting for the best version of you, the one who refuses to settle, who refuses to be defined by limitations, and who steps into life fully, boldly, and unapologetically. This version of you does not wait for permission, does not rely on external validation, and does not fear failure. This version of you acts, creates, and inspires every single day. The path may not be easy, but it will be worth it. Every challenge faced, every risk taken, every moment of persistence compounds into a life that is rich, meaningful, and extraordinary. So, take a deep breath and envision your future. Picture yourself standing in the light of your own achievements, not because life gave them to you, but because you earned them through courage, resilience, and relentless effort. Every moment of doubt conquered, every setback overcome, and every choice aligned with your purpose has led you here. And the most beautiful part? This is just the beginning. Your journey, your growth, your impact, these are limitless. The story you write next is in your hands. The truth is simple. Greatness is not reserved for the chosen few. It is accessible to anyone willing to act, willing to learn, willing to persist, and willing to rise each time they fall. Life is not a rehearsal. Every moment is real, and every choice matters. Embrace your challenges. Celebrate your victories. Learn from your mistakes. And above all, live fully, with courage, purpose, and unwavering belief in your potential. If this journey has inspired you, subscribe to the channel and continue exploring your true potential. Share this video with someone who needs a reminder of their power. And remember, the story of your life is in your hands. Start writing the chapters that will define you today.